Ultimately, our work is to think about how we can improve the human condition. We may work from an interest, a fundamental curiosity about how the universe works, but the reason we must recognize that society supports us is because what engineers do, what technologists do, is an expression of what is a fundamentally unique human capability, and that's the capability to modify and change our own environment. Look around you. This is not a natural environment. None of us live in a natural environment as human beings. The source of our success, in fact, is in tailoring the world, tailoring the natural world to the way that we find useful, the way that we want to live.
I think to the human aspect, I would say we are conscious of the fact that the automobile is a consumer product. And if there is something that we've learned in the last 10 years, it is the importance of personalization. I think today, I don't think BMW sells any one single of its M Sport models that is not personalized. In India, for us in the industry, affordability is a very, very critical issue. And I would go so far as to say that this is beginning to, becoming apparent, not just in countries like India or Indonesia or even Brazil or Russia, but indeed, I think even some of the Western markets are beginning to find affordability to be an issue.
The next stage, which will create 100 years of wealth for nations and companies alike, will be a combination of an emerging science, and an emerging science I define as something which has not been fully tapped yet. It's not that it's brand new and has come out just in the last few months. It's been around for some time, but from an application standpoint has not been tapped fully yet. Emerging materials, very critical as we find newer materials or even materials which do not exist in nature which can be engineered, which will cater to either an emerging need or an existing need which has not been fully met.
I was reading in the Michigan website, for example, that just earlier this year a 3D printed esophagus saved the life of a newborn baby because they couldn't wait for the developed part to show up, and instead they just printed the device and installed it using a combination of both engineers and medical scientists in a newborn baby and saved the baby's life.
My perspective actually is that collaboration is critically important, and it is going to continue to be in person, face to face. That's why we are all here. So I flew here from Ann Arbor, and there is value in my being in the room. And so as we think about the evolution of collaborative approaches, what we're going to see is this very interesting blend between how we do that virtually while still doing it physically, because the physical connection is critically important, and we won't see that going away.
Today, by one of the leading Formula One car designers of the world, Gordon Murray. And when I spoke to him in Geneva at the time that he was busy with this, post-Nano, he just was astonished. He said, I've spent all my life working on Formula One cars, shaving out 10 grams of weight every time. And he said, I never realized the challenge that existed of taking a product and shaving 10 cents of cost every time. And there is a huge reward for inventors and innovation in areas of materials, process, industrial design, and so on, that would completely transform the way we would think.